Test, test. Uh-oh. Why do I have an echo? Stand by. Test, test. How about now? Echo is gone. Can you still hear me? Confirm you can still hear me. Windows update doing crazy stuff. I think you can still hear me. Just Windows update and Streamlabs update. So hopefully you can still get me here. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a last-minute stream here. Was not quite sure if I was going to do a stream today. I was commuting home. I was supposed to be home at 9 a.m. I'll tell you the story all about it. Essentially, didn't get in till like friggin' noon almost, 11:30. Spent way too much time on a 7.3 Max 8. Commuting back home from John F. Kennedy. Got a cool stream idea for later, maybe tomorrow evening. I got two streams I'm thinking about doing tomorrow. One's something a little off the wall, and then a normal stream in the evening, which should be a lot of fun if I end up doing both of them. But what is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We are back at it with JETCARD. I've been itching to fly another JETCARD flight. I don't know why. I have a new, let's see. I have a reignited passion for corporate jet flying in the sim. I've always been kind of right there. Like, man, I love the CJ stuff. I love the Citation stuff. I love the Piaggio, the Phenom, the Lear. But it was just like, I just needed something else to push me over the edge, and JETCARD is doing it. So if you aren't familiar, I'll show you a little bit of JETCARD stuff here. Well, we've selected a route already. We're going to be flying a ferry, or excuse me, not a ferry, a charter flight from San Jose, California, up to Portland, Oregon. Got sceneries lined up. Should be a beautiful flight. I've got the time fast forwarded here. West Coast time, it's 5:17. So I wound the time forward a little bit so we can kind of fly into the evening just a tad, because right now it's midday, and I'm tired of flying the sim at midday. But we still got live weather, non-live time, and I guess you could say it's ocean time in California, so it is live time somewhere. But we are ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys are ready for a flight. And let me turn these sounds on. Citation 10 versus Phenom. I haven't flown the Flight FX on streams in a while. I think the last time we do it, we were flying up to Renton for a little Boeing delivery flight. I got to tell you, man, the Flight FX team, person, whoever's working, whoever's doing their flight modeling, they do a great job. The Piaggio is amazing. The Citation 10, every time I come back into this airplane, I am amazed at how smooth and how believable it flies. I've never flown a Citation 10. I flew mostly the straight wing Hershey bar slotations, most of my time in the Citation Bravo, so not really comparable in terms of aerodynamics, but in terms of Cessna operation, the cockpit, the colors, the sounds, obviously Boris did the sound works. This is a sleeper of a jet. Now, it doesn't go into the detail that we have on the Phenom 300, right? The Phenom 300 is a whole nother world, but there's something about the screens, ProLine 21, just everything. Well, this isn't ProLine. Is this ProLine 21? No, yeah, I think this one is. Just everything about the Citation 10 that they got here, A to B flying, is awesome in it, and I'm hooked. Especially now that we have JETCARD. So, always 5 o'clock somewhere. Water, dude. That meme is actually pretty hilarious. The Sacramento haters. Dude, if you guys saw the first Phenom stream, you got to check out the meme Water posted in the Discord. I actually laughed out loud, man. That made me so mad, Water. That freaking ATIS freak plan. Man, it's good to have you back, Water. Good to have you back. Chris PT6 is in the house. Mr. Gulfstream Girl, what is going on, my man? Looking forward to seeing you at Expo. Can't wait, brother. Looks like Herein is going to bail on us, so it's going to be you and I, Chris PT6. Herein is dead to me, so I don't know what he's like. Well, I don't want to spend $89 on Sun Country. So, anyway, but I will be at Expo. I look forward to seeing y'all there. Let's go ahead and just have a relaxing flight up to Portland, Oregon. I did get my Portland, Oregon scenery installed as well. So, actually, before we do this, let's go ahead and let's pull up JETCARD. And let's make it big so you can see it too. No, you can't see it when I do that. Let me go back to this size. I think it'd be good. So here we are. We are San Jose, Portland. I've already checked the SimBrief route. I filed it on Iveo. San Jose 30 left, Lupe 1. We are, if we go to the briefing, I kind of read it out here. You probably can't see it. We got client Faith Parker, Representative Stuart Franklin, Benjamin Cole, Greg Rogers, and Pamela Riley. The arrival FBO at PDX. For some reason, that is a very believable name for the Portland FBO. Pamela Riley up there in Portland. Sounds dangerous. All right, charter briefing. Executive Travel, Faith Parker, Chief Marketing Officer at Cascade Medical Holdings, is heading to Portland for a product launch event with 3 colleagues. Atlantic Aviation Portland has black car service. Hit the like button if you ever played the guess to how many jelly buttons are in the jar at the Atlantic Aviation in Las Vegas. Chris PT6, you probably have. Hit the like button for that. Atlantic Aviation Portland has black car service arranged by the receiving party for plainside pickup. The healthcare sector has seen significant product rollouts this quarter, with Portland serving as a key market for medical device companies expanding their West Coast presence. The trip keeps the executive team close to their San Jose headquarters while positioning them in one of the region's most active healthcare markets. So, Separate Fee, what's up, Fly USMC? Thank you for the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Hope all is well. Thank you for the support, my man. Hope all is well, dude. Welcome to the stream. And let me take a moment. It is Memorial Day weekend for us in the States, and I want to take a moment. You don't really say Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a time of remembrance. It's actually very somber. So for all of those of you who served, who know someone who served, who have lost a loved one, my heart breaks for your family, but I am deeply grateful for the sacrifices that they have given to this country. So Memorial Day weekend, it is a somber one. Thank you all to our armed service members. Salute to you. Let's see here. A fuel order. We're going to confirm all that. OFP flight plan. We got it here. Weather. It's going to be a beautiful weather up there, Portland. Look at that. Winds are 280 at 310 miles. Few at 1800 right now. Might get a little bit lower as we get up later on. We do have an alternate file of Seattle, so we got a little extra gas going up to Seattle. As far as our airports are concerned, San Jose, we're not worried about all that. We're going to do our orders and everything once we get the aircraft set up and ready to go. So I'll go back to the dispatch page, and we'll close that screen out for now. Aviation Dude, my man, thank you for the $5 super chat. Aviation Dude, I forget, did you say you're going to be at Expo? I think you did. Look forward to seeing you up there at Expo as well, Aviation Dude. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, our beautiful Citation 10, guys. I'll pull the pitot tubes off of that. Look at this thing. This is a beautiful jet. I know we like the Phenom 300, but I'm going to be honest with you. Listen to those sounds, too. Real world scenario, Citation 10 over Phenom 300 any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Look at this paint job. It's like a faded carbon fiber. You have thrust reversers. If the Phenom 300 had thrust reversers, I'd probably be more excited about it. But it's just, there's something with me that if I'm flying a jet and I have no thrust reversers, not even a thrust attenuator, it makes me a little bit sad. Hit the like button if you ever hit your head on a Cascade thrust reverser loading in golf clubs. Chris PT6 probably has done that. Maybe hit it on a prop, who knows. Citation, bravo, man. I always cracked my head on those clamshell thrust reversers. All right, we got that ready to open. This compares more to the Praetor, true. Kip on the ground, my man. Dude, I was actually just wondering about you on the last stream. Good to see you. Hope all is well, Kip. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you on board. I haven't seen you in forever. Someone said on the last stream we were talking about you, said maybe you were just taking a little break from flight sim. Is JETCARD worth it? Listen, man, I think you would like it. I'm working on a dedicated video. If you want to, it's a good video. It's a little bit dated now. There's been some new features, but Blue Games did a video as well on JETCARD, and we covered it pretty much at face value on our last stream. Think of it kind of like On Air, but a little less complex and a little bit less grindy, and more of just you're a corporate pilot that is in the charter world, and you're starting out, you're looking for jobs, you're getting paid contract 10%, 20%, which is relatively realistic. Chris, I mean, well, I don't want to, you don't have to say anything, but man, I feel like 10% of the charter fee, 20, I feel like that's pretty realistic. At least it used to be. Last time I got paid on a contract job was 2012. So it's been a long time. So I'm sure a lot of stuff has changed. 2011 maybe? Might have been 2011 actually. So I'm sure the market has changed, but you're going to make a realistic amount of money. You can eventually work your way up, start your own company. So I think, Kip, I think it'd be something that you're interested in, man. But thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the stream, man. Aviation Dude, another $5 super chat. Good, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. He says, going to be at Expo going on the 10th. Then a friend and I are heading to Texas on the 15th to check out a Cessna 172 you're buying. Aviation Dude, what part of Texas is that, man? What part of Texas you coming down to? Well, welcome. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. Hope if you're close by, maybe I'll have to swing by and take a look at the 172 with you. Yeah, crash your party. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Welcome in. That's let me know though. I'm curious what part of Texas. External power. So I forget. Can you click on that? Oh, you can. Oh, we'll leave that open. Oh, what? I forgot. We got external power ready to go. Look at that. We're doing all kinds of things here. See, Chris, I'm ready for PC-12 operations. I'm out here slugging the cart around. A-Wind, what's up, man? Citation 10 greater than everything. I'll be honest with you, man. As far as ramp presence goes, and Gulfstreams excluded. Well, I don't know, A-Wind. You've got the Gulfstreams and you've got some Falcons that I would actually argue some of the 3-engine Falcons. I don't know if you can beat a 3-engine Falcon ramp presence, dude. I think the Citation 10 is a close second, and then somewhere in there between 1 and 2 is a Gulfstream. I mean, it's can we just rank all three? A 3-engine Falcon, Citation 10, and a Gulfstream, G5 or G550, you know, or G6 even. Those are all number one in my. I don't think you can beat any one of those. It's, I don't know. It's this look right here. This like swooshy with the tail thing. I don't know, man. It is a beautiful bird, if you ask me. Challenger 350 looks good. I will agree, Ryan. The 350 looks good, but I still prefer like if you're gonna do a Challenger, I would take a Falcon. What's the 2-engine Falcon? I always forget. It's not the modern 2-engine Falcon is good when you start talking 2-engine markets. Anyway, let's hop into the cockpit here. This livery is smooth, isn't it? Let's pull up our JETCARD real quick. Let's place a couple of orders just for semantics. We'll pull out our J-phone. Let's go ahead and call the FBO. Let's get our fuel order sent. We're going to get that cooking. And then we've already got ground power. This is San Jose Departure, so that's going to do its thing. Global, they look stunning. Shaq Oatmeal, what's up, my man? Yes, the Global, I mean, we're basically CRJ. I tell you what, Shaq, the Global, when it's on approach, dude, it looks pretty dang sick, because I saw one going into Newark. Dude, that thing's doing like 9.8 Mach. So to go from 9.8 Mach to whatever the approach speed is, probably like somewhere between 130, 150, I would imagine. I'm not sure. Dude, that wing is pretty incredible. So when they come in on approach, dude, that Global 7500, it's the deck angle, it's so high up. It looks pretty dang cool. So I'd throw that in there too, Shaq. But here's my thing. When I see Global 7500, I see fuel tanks that go way too far for my liking. I got a 3-hour rear end, man. 3 hours and I'm out. I need to get out and walk around. So, but hope all is well, Shaq. Glad to have you on board, man. Make sure we get catering as well from the FBO services as well. So fuel order, catering, that'll all be sent. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. And let's go ahead and do our own thing here in the jet. So I'm going to hide the yoke. And for the Citation 10, first thing we're doing, we're actually going to go standby power on. Standby power on, we're going to get our INSs into nav. We'll get those into nav. We should have 2 white align lights. That's wonderful. Then we'll go ahead and go battery 1, battery 2. And with a ground power connected, we'll turn you on and we'll get avionics and ICAS booted up. The fans will start booting up here. Let's go weights import from SimBrief. We will apply that. Apply the load. The load has been applied, so we only got 4 people on board. Relatively light load. Will probably be a rocket ship today. All right, so the weights have been set. Navigraph, I might have to sync. Oh, this is where we need a little bit of help. I would love to see FlightFX do an update to their to this part of the EFB. The Piaggio works a little bit smoother, like if you can departure arrival. I think the Piaggio's got a little bit better Navigraph integration with it, but still no slouch. The Lupe 1, we'll get that ready to go here as well. Lupe 1 off 30 left is going to be basically straight out 30 left. All right, so our flight plan is set for now. I'm going to go ahead and hide that down here. Let's go ahead and get pause init, pause init. Let's run through a couple other things. I'm going to come over here. We're going to get the ground recognition nav lights. Actually, we'll turn those off. Seatbelts on. We can leave those off. Leave those off. Navigation's on. Tail flow, we don't need it right now. Isolation valve is closed. We're going to get these coming down. Everything is on there. Panel lights all the way up. Come back over here. I'm going to turn up these lights. Day, night, dim, on. We don't need that. Emergency exit lights will arm. We'll turn these all the way up. Passenger oxygen. Headset, that all looks good. Circuit breakers are all in. And then we could do a couple of tests here. We would do the crossfeed. We should get left engine. Went too far off. Then we should go right hand tank, crossfeed, open light, back to off. Gravity flow, we're going to turn that. Center wing transfer, those are in norm. Load shed is in norm. Generator is, that's fine. Those are all set. These are all set. Lighting is set. And then the rotary test, smoke detect. Landing gear on safe flight. Let's go ahead and load the GPS position. Fire warning. Thrust reverser lights. Flap. Windshield temp. Overspeed. There's the stick shaker. Annunciator lights. Christmas trees. Everything's up and running. Back to off. Wonderful. Okay, let's finish doing this here. Aviation dude. Does V1 sound low? Probably. I can turn myself up if you want. Thanks, stuff for Citation. We're going to be in the DFW area. Very cool, man. Very cool. Time to ride the rocket. Have a great flight. Smoky Mountain Flight Simmer. Welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Thrustset is in the house. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you, man. All right. If I remember how to do nav, sim brief, flight plan recall. Beautiful. It brings it in just as planned. I don't, we're going to load the runway in here as well. Nobody's online. We're not going to use IVEO, or excuse me, we're not going to use Beyond ATC. We're just using IVEO today. So no controller on, so we'll just do our standard departure. We're going to blast off 30 left today on the Lupe 1 Horner transition. Activate. That'll reset that. Let's go into perf init. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's do the arrival while we're sitting here. Portland. JETCARD had us planning landing in Portland on 28 left off the Timbers 4. So let's load that up right now. 28 left. We'll do the ILS 28 left. Vectors. Timbers 4. Matchu. Did I just mess it up? Matchu Timbers 4 is activated. Double click that. Excellent. Flight plan is in the box. I don't know why we got a little... Oh, it's that climbing right turn and then back around, I guess, off 30 left. It's not straight out to Horner.
Radio check.
Loud and clear. Does the Citation 10 start with bleed air or starter generators? It starts with bleed air. Bleed air, and you have real thrust levers where you can actually introduce your own fuel here. One of my favorite thrust levers. Actually, I'd love to hit up Mr. Throttletek, get I think he has a Citation Quadrant or something like this, generic. I would love to see that. One of the best parts of the Citation was the start. I just lifted the lever up and over the gate. I'll show you the animation here when we get going. Perf init. All right, so we're going to, man, it's hard. The sun is going right on the next button there. 300-80. Chat, we're going to be cooking today. We're going to do 320, 8.2 for climb. Cruise, max speed, descent 300-80. We'll leave that. Transition altitude 18. Initial cruise is optimum 370. Negative, Ghost Rider. We're good. Oh, we're not. Are we not good for 470 right out of the gate? Let's see. Flight level 470. Yeah, we're going straight up to 470. Speed 250 below 10. That looks good. Next page. We're going to sync from the EFB. Those are our weights. That all checks. Confirm init. Takeoff. Ceiling 47. We're good for it. We're going there straight out of the gate. Fuel remaining, 2,500 pounds there in Portland. Excellent. Takeoff. 30 left, 319. Winds are calm today. Beautiful day here in San Jose. We'll just zero it out. 42 feet, 290902. Magic Barrel Ref says 290902. What a beautiful day on the West Coast. Slope 0%. This is all brought in. It is dry. Density altitude's hovering at 1,000 feet. We can go ahead and confirm. We will do a flaps 15 takeoff for juice anti-ice off takeoff weight 27,000 pounds. That checks. Confirming it. Takeoff data. That's the weight. No winds. Next page. I believe those takeoff init. How do we confirm? I thought there was a way to send those speeds in. Climb, cruise, descent, landing, nav, takeoff. Why can't I send those speeds? I need to reconfirm. I thought there was a way to send those speeds. I'll leave it there for now. Let's take a look at this. Yes, it is a climbing right-hand turn. So climbing right-hand turn. Let's get our heading bug synced up here. It is, in fact, a beautiful day here in SoCal. Excellent. 306. I'm jealous. My sister's actually going to the Bay Area today. Matter of fact, she's probably landing right about now. All right, 306 is set. Our initial altitude. We got no ATC online. Let's go unrestricted. I'm going to set 40. Or actually, I'll set 390 because we'll do our 40 checks here. Again, going above 400. So I'll set 390 initial. 390. TO is set. Heading is set. Max 230 at Lupe. We got to be careful of that. That's pretty much all said and done. Ready to go. We'll bring up the taxi chart one more time. 10-9. We're going to taxi out 30 left. Via 30 left via Delta Whiskey Bravo. 30 left via Dweeb. Why can't I send my takeoff speed? So I have to do that after engine start? All right, 22.8 is set. Transponder 2000 TA-RA. Come down here. We are aligned. Weather will put you in standby. We don't need you right now. Standby engine sync. Everything is off. All right. Oh, it's when you set the flaps. Set the flaps. Thank you, Cyberchronic. I always forget. Yeah, it's a flap setting. All right. So let's get ready for engine start. I believe there is a check V so we can run before start. All right. Standby power, emergency lights, arm, batteries, ICAS. APU is on. Not on. What are we doing, chat? APU master power. Should have run the APU fire test. We could do that by pressing this button. Got the ICAS slide, everything checks, and APU start. Let's go take a listen. Did you guys hear the ground cart drain? Love it. Should be getting a coffee delivery here very soon, courtesy of the best wife ever. Miss V1 is on the way. She loaded up all the kids. They're all sleeping. She just sent me a picture. I'm sorry, are we seriously thinking this plane is anywhere close to Fidelity to the Phenom, or is it in title engagement bait? Well, the title, if you can comprehend English, the title actually says, Phenoms are cool, but the Citation X is better. I did not say the FS Reborn is not as good as the Flight Effect Citation 10. I just said, in general, the Citation 10 beats a Phenom in every aspect in terms of real-world aviation, my man. What's up, Beef Jesus? Good to see you, my man. Gotta have a little rage bait, right? Gotta have a little rage bait here. All right, the APU is up and running. Let's go ahead and turn the bleed air max cool because I'm hot here in my HQ. 101% RPM, that looks good. We'll load the generator on the APU. And I tell you what, let's go outside and close up shop like the good pilots we are. We'll welcome anybody aboard. And actually, let me take a look at JETCARD here. I'll send a little message that we are ready for boarding, even though I don't think they need to. I think we're already ready. We're in the pre-flight mode. We've done fuel, we've done catering. I just want to get a green light here from the FBO. Tidal maxing, indeed. Billy B, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Am I considering a move to private jets? I don't know, unless Chris PT6 hires me, maybe. Anybody have a Citation 10 in North Texas they need a pilot for? All right, we're ready to go there. A couple of messages. Atlantic. All right, here we go. Fuel order confirmed. Catering loaded. All 4 passengers checked in and board. You are clear and ready from Atlantic Aviation. What's this? Brief is loaded. Give me a shout when you're set to go. All right, ready to push. JETCARD operations. Copy that. Have a good flight, Captain. All right. We've done everything we need to do with our phone, our pre-flight. Everything is done. It's time to rock and roll. Let's close up the jet and get out of here. Since Chris is the captain, we'll send the FO out here. We'll do a little, come out here and do some scrub work. I'll close this up for you. There you go, Chief. That's closed up. We are on our own power, so we'll save some money there. We'll get rid of that. We'll pull the chocks. Run around here, bang your head on the winglet, get some stitches. Oh, whoops. Good thing we pulled those off. All right. I'm ready to go. Hop up in here. Actually, can I close it from outside? Captain should always close the door. Change my mind. All right. Chris comes back here and closes the door. Everybody's on board, all 4 packs. We're ready to rock and roll. A little spiel. We'll leave the cockpit door open because we're cool like that. Let's go ahead and start them up. All right, anti-collision is on, nav is on, seatbelts are on, APU bleed is on. Engine start sequence. So right now the thrust levers are in the fuel cut-off detent. You can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a gate right here. So in order to introduce fuel to the engine, you would actually pull the lever out and up and over. A matter of fact is if it's like the Bravo, there's probably a trigger. Yep. So see the little trigger right there? That's what you lift on. You put your finger in here, you lift this up and over the gate, and that's how you introduce fuel to the engine, right around 10%. So everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and you leave everything in normal. We're going to start engine 2 first. Take a listen. Wait for positive N1s. Fuel. Light off. Johnny, what's up, man? Thank you for the welcome to the channel, man. Glad to have you on board, dude. Appreciate the support. All right, stable on 2. We can go ahead and actually our external power switch, we can turn that off because we are on normal gens. Let's go ahead and start engine. I'm going to reset the camera. Whoa. Start 1. Fuel. Gavin, what's up, man? Welcome. All right, ATT stabilize. Flaps 15. So we go 5, 15. I believe it's 3 clicks. The slats are coming out. Super clean composite wing flight controls. We'll verify 15 here is set. I love the 10 because not only do you have thrust reversers, you got slats, dude. Real jets have slats. I feel like I should bring this back into the window view, though. A little bit more realistic. Do we like that view better? I do. New view saved. All right. Flaps 15 is set. Trim. We got to run you down. Hold the trim down. We'll do 6.0 on the trim. 6.0 set. Flaps 15. San Jose traffic. November 8770 Delta. Taxi runway 30 left. Delta Whiskey Bravo, San Jose. All right, everything is set. Let's go. Taxi light on, flaps 15, trim is set, brakes released.
San Jose traffic, cargo jet 346 is taxiing to runway 30 left via Delta Whiskey Bravo.
We'll look out the window as we taxi over some ground clutter vehicles. There we go. We got a cargo jet somewhere. Oh, we just took off the winglet. That's all right. Boris is cooking. Yeah, he's cooked on this one. Wrong side, my man. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Long time no see. Last desk check on Tuesday. Finally got signed off. Smoked the last 2 checks. Been enjoying the Phenom 300 with its FBOs. Wrong side. What's up, brother? Hey, you're going to be at Expo, right, man? You're going to be at Expo, right? I think Callie Simmer said you were. Have you tried the default Citation 10? What do you think of it? And explain. Garden controller. You know what? I did, but it's been a while. I need to try it again now that I'm more familiar. Ooh, there's that 7.2. Now that I'm more familiar with the 10 in this sim and just the 10 in general, I need to try it again. One thing that drives me nuts about the default 10 in X-Plane 12 is the screens, man. They just are so dark. And the cockpit's so dark still. But that might have been a couple patches ago. It may be better now. I am not opposed to trying it at all because I have heard it is good. Or I've heard it's not horrible. I also have I think, is it the Hot Start CJ3 or CJ525? I have that in X-Plane. The glass, the PFDs in X-Plane 12, they just look so dated to me, you know? Wrong side says I won't be. Oh, dude, are you serious? Scheduled to work. I'm on reserve until the next 40 dispatchers behind me get signed off. Callie Simon won't be there. The first one on this in 3 years. Dude, I'm so bummed, man. All right, well, I'll have to hold down the fort. Who am I going to give a check right to at the who was that full cockpit booth there last time? Glad to hear the new gig is good, man. Let me just go ahead and make sure I did all these. Everything is good. We did all that. V-speeds are set. They are populating 170. APU starting engines. We did all of that. We verified. All right. After start, what we're going to do is we actually do not need the APU. I'll make sure I'm not missing anything here. Did I uncage the standby gyro? I did. All right. Stereo lights, brakes, parking brake, nose wheel check, thrust reversers. Oh, this is so cool. Check this out. Let's do a thrust reverser check. Pop the buckets. We should get an arm. Let's see. Hold on. I did it wrong here. Why aren't my thrust reversers working? All right, hold on. No, my binding got messed up. I used to be able to go like this. Oh, there they go. Okay, so you go arm, unlock, deploy, then you go stow, all right? Emergency stow the thrust reversers, and we can come down, we can put these back into normal, and then I believe I got to resequence my thrust reversers. There we go. So thrust reverser check is complete. 30 left. We'll go down here. As far as the APU on this flight, we don't need it. So we'll go ahead and turn the APU bleed off, generator off, and start, stop. We'll spool it down and we'll depower it. So if you need performance, generally speaking, they keep the APU running. You could run the bleeds off the APU, but we're going to turn it off on this one. Anyway, I know you leave it on, and I've asked Citation 10 guys, I've watched Citation 10 videos. If it's a 135 and they have an SOP on the 10, they'll probably leave it on, but I watched some 91 guys, they said it's strictly performance ridden. So the whole point of the APU being on or off, it's going to give you that extra performance. We're very light. We have a little bit of fuel. We only have 4 passengers on. We really do not have any performance concerns, so we'll save some APU runtime on this departure. All right, let's see. Before takeoff, this is where we're at. Anti-ice not required. Left to right engine stabilized. There we are. Throttles check. Anti-ice switches off. Throttle idle set. Speed brakes. We did that. Flap speed brakes are retracted. Trims are set for takeoff. Yaw damper and mock trim. They are all on. See? Boom, boom, boom. Crew briefings complete. Radar is as required. Transport TARA. Heats. Left and right pitot-static heat. All right. We'll get that here as we get ready to line up. So here we go. Pitot-static heat. Windshield on. Left. Right. We're ready. I don't know why we're going all the way down. We're taxing 2 knots. I should have just gone off intersection Charlie there. We'll probably be airborne before Charlie. Got a 7-2 behind us. Look at that. Highball, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, Highball. If you get a membership from Highball, shout him out, say thank you. Chris is definitely right. We are super light on the likes today. 69 likes for Citation 10 and JETCARD. Come on, Mickey G is loving JETCARD. San Jose traffic, November 8770 Delta, departing runway 30 left on the Loop A1. San Jose. Alright, all lights are on. Should we do a rolling takeoff? Oh wait, no, I want to set my MFD vertical prof. There we go. I don't know why I have these purple lines still. It's old scenery, I guess. Alright. Sounds all the way up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Portland. Spool them up 50. Yoga. Look at the acceleration. 80. View 1, rotate. So smooth. Positive rate.
San Jose traffic, cargo jet 346 is lining up, runway 30 left.
Golly. We overshot the lower that trim down a little bit. That's the trim running. And climb thrust. Flight level change, VNAV. Nav. Flaps Fife.
San Jose traffic, cargo jet 346 departing, runway 30 left.
Oh, I know. I can't wait for the Falcon 52. Coming through 180. Let's go flaps up, slats out. And we can bring it all in here in a second. Gosh, I love the textures on the nacelle here, the little scratches and dots. This airplane flies so dang good, guys. Slats are coming in. Watch the trim on that. Get those leading edge devices in. That nose will drop on you. Looking for 230 now on the climb out. There's something to be said. Let me turn the sim down a little bit here. Guys, there is something to be said. I know the Phenom is one of the most highly detailed, systematic airplanes, corporate jets that we have. But there is something to be said about an incredible hand-flying feeling. There's a VNAV out of 5. We just blew through that. We're going to keep going. Flight level change, unrestricted. We're going to keep coming up. We're going to climb through the Bravo since there's no traffic. Flight level change. There we go. Trim back up here. About something that just flies so incredibly smooth. And the Citation 10 is just incredibly smooth. Let's see if I sync my heading bug. Heading sync. Let's just keep the right hand or the right turn going. Oops. 390. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a vector here. Right turn. 210 back over the airport. Getting ready to go through 10. We're going to go right over the top of the field. All right, there's 10,000. I'm going to go man speed. I want to target 300 in the climb. What did we say? 310. Target 310 here in the right turn. Out of 10,000 feet, landing, taxis off. Okay, what's up, man? V1 is 3-minute cooldown mandatory in the 7.3. Yes. Yes, it is. Golly. Let's keep that right turn going. About 270, and we'll redirect ourselves to next page. Horner. Nav. Oh no, flight plan. Oh, I screwed it up. When we get turned here on a heading. Oh, it's direct. There we go. Next page. Horner. Keep the turn going. Just what one of these AM JETCARD is awesome. Napalm, my man. It is awesome, dude. Look at that beautiful San Jose, California. Doing a 360 departure. It's actually kind of fun here with the just hand flying here, a little bit more trim in there. All right, the ICAS is clean. Everything is clean. We're at 10,000 feet. We're still in the turn. I guess we turn the tail flood and the recog's off. We'll leave the seatbelt sign on for a minute. Don't think I set up my departure at the 720. I'm not quite sure where it's taking me, but I'll figure it out. See you in Portland. Prodigist, my man. That was you in the 7.2. Nice. Look at that. Got her trimmed out and locked in. I'll redirect it here to Horner in a minute. Why a spiral come out? Well, thrust set, so initially there's that 5,000 foot level off for traffic. You're right underneath the San Francisco Bravo, and they want to get you above the Bravo before you go back over the top of it. So they keep you below at 5,000 initially if there's inbound traffic, and then they climb you rapidly, and then once you get above the Bravo, they release you en route. So if you're going north out of San Jose, it's fairly common to get the right 360, 270, just depends on the traffic too, because right now if you look off the nose, we'll be going over Oakland and or SFO. Now that is a view for the ages. Look at the marine layer getting ready to come into the Bay Area. That is awesome. All right, I'm going to redirect the line. I'm going to get everything set up here. So let's go redirect to Horner. We're going to go nav, and we'll go autopilot. We're in V flight level change, so it's going to handle the speed. It's going to go for 300 right now. Don't descend on me, Flight FX. You should maintain at least... There we go. Okay, cool. It's not going to descend. Some airplanes will descend you in the sim, which is not accurate. They should at least maintain 0 or a couple hundred feet till we get up to our speed. Now she should start running that trim. No? Why aren't you climbing, buddy? That's kind of peculiar. She won't trim up for 300 knots. Haven't had that issue before. try this again. Let me resync the heading bug here. No, we're up to... Oh, look at that. 39... No. 3,900 instead of 390, guys. That's on me. I had it at 3,900 feet. There we go. All right, up we go. Flight level change, 390. Now watch this. If I pitch autopilot, she should start pitching. Yeah. 3,900. Thanks, Chris. Rookie move there. Rookie move. That's all right. We're cooking now. Coffee has been delivered. Look at that. We got coffee now. Hey. So we are now. That's why. I didn't have my coffee. There's Oakland down there. Sweet. Oh, yeah, Chad. This is good. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Bum, 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 bum. I love flying out of here at SoCal. So now I'm going to leave the auto throttle off for right now. Let's see, where's Hayward at? So there's Hayward. I used to live off Carlos B. Boulevard. Where are you? I always look for it. I can never find it. We're too high up now. But it's, I actually went and fished this lake over here. I went to this lake to go fishing, and it was like $50 to park, $50 day pass to fish, plus your fishing license, plus another license if you had someone with you, which I had my girlfriend at the time, which is my now wife. Then I realized I don't want to live in California anymore. But I used to, there's a little pond out there that I actually found when I was flying the Caravan, and I want to get parallel 42 and go fish it because it's pretty dang cool. It was, oh, it'll come to me in a second. Copy that. I live off of auto throttle. I mean, so here's the thing. $50 to fish. I hope it was worth it. It wasn't, Chris. It wasn't. That's exactly why I'm like, yeah, I gotta get. I'm done with California. So the auto throttle is very handy. We have the ATS system here, but if you don't have auto throttle, it's also very easy to manage. Very similar. If you don't have auto throttle, think of it exactly the same as the Phenom. So you've got your cruise, climb, takeoff, and Toga, or like full thrust settings. And as long as you're in the FADEC and you're on the perf profile, you really won't have to touch the thrust levers until you get up to cruise and need to pull it back, right? Because we're in a pitch for speed mode. So right now, we're at a fixed thrust setting. We're at a fixed thrust, fixed climb thrust, 89.2, which the FADEC is commanding. And then if we are going faster than our desired speed, we're in a pitch for thrust. We're in a pitch for speed mode, so it'll actually pitch up higher, right? And to get us maintain that 320. That's why I was confused when it leveled off. I'm like, why are we climbing? We should be in a pitch for speed mode, and the speed just ripped up. That's because I had 3,900 feet set, so screwed that up. But make sure you set flight level 390. We're also standard 29 or 9 or 2 is set. And let's see, I like the YX vector. Arrange weather off. There's no weather out here, so we just leave the weather off right now. Everything looks good, but I was vibing on this view. Look at this view, man. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to put the camera. There's the north end of San Francisco Bay. Flight sim guy, we're working towards it. I may have to speak with the managerials over at JETCARD, see if we can get a little lend me loan, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, I kind of want to fly JETCARD on my home PC as well. Kind of grind it up, get the monies. Look at that, back here, nice and quiet. I did, Miss V1, thank you so much for the coffee. I guess she came in when we were in the climb out there. I didn't even see her. She snuck in and dropped the coffee off. Thanks, hon. Lifesaver. I thought 3,900 feet was the same as 39,000 feet, so I definitely need the coffee today. I was going to do a Long Beach flight if the commercial members didn't vote for the Citation 10. We were going to fly into Long Beach in the iFly Max 8. I picked up the crosswind scenery. I'll be honest with you. It's built like the main terminal is good. I don't know. The corporate side felt a little neglected. I don't know. You know what scenery does look amazing though? Is Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale looks amazing. You're loving JETCARD so far, TJ Moss? Good to hear it, man. Good to hear it. Speaking of, let me make sure everything is kosher. Yep, we are airborne in the climb phase. So if we look here, C750, airborne climb phase. If we go to flight tracker, or where do we see, is that the live map? Live map. So here we go. Here is the live map of jet cardigans. Someone's going, oh, Learjet 35A. Look at that. Someone's going to LA to November 1 Tango's, oh no, to Tango, I don't know where they're going. KHIO. Palmdale to Scottsdale. There was actually a cool, there was another flight that paid a lot of money. It was from Napa, or no, Naples, Florida to Provo, Providenciales. But I feel like we've done 2 streams into Provo already. You didn't want to go back in there. But here we go. It would be cool. I wonder if I can suggest this to the JETCARD people. It would be cool if you could have a weather overlay on this map. I wonder if that's feasible. Just so you can kind of see any live weather systems. I wonder if there is weather on our, well, there's this flight tracker. I don't know, maybe it's a flight tracker. Oh, here we go, radar. Disregard. How sick is that? Man, we need to be flying out here. So this is the weather that screwed me up this morning. Had a super long flight from Kennedy to DF Dub. Sat in that seat for almost 6 hours. Mostly due to incompetence. But we got it. I just love looking at that marine layer. All right, we're going through 37. I'm going to go ahead and spin 470 up here in the window, guys. We're going to set 470. You found a good round trip, LA to Indy? Nice. 470 is set. Half bank is on. APU is on. We'll turn the master off. APU master is off. We can turn all those lights off. Seatbelt sign can come off. You're now free to move about the cabin. Keep the nav lights. Well, isn't this anti-collision? I think that's ground recognition, so I think this should be all the way up, right? Yeah, so we'll leave that all the way up. Take all we need to set. El cabin altitude, Chris PT6. Why didn't you set the cabin altitude in your pre-flight flow, Chris PT6? That could be a problem. Maybe we should level at 390. I think we should. Let's level at 410 before we blow the cabin up here. 410 before everyone goes night-night. They're probably getting real sleepy. Yeah, you tired? Yeah, I'm really tired. So cabin is climbing rapidly, 1,500 feet per minute. we got it out of the red. We're catching it. It's auto? You don't have to set it normally? I don't believe you. It says... Maybe that's like a manual backup mode? I don't know, the cabin altitude is coming up rapidly now. That's the manual backup T-TED company? I don't believe you. Every time I say that, I think of, what's that guy's name? That meme? Alright, so as we get into cruise here, I'm going to manually do my thrust for now. Keep it going here. Alright, everything looks kosher. We'll go ahead and continue to climb now. Joining late, what's up, Tyson? My man, we just We're getting ready to set our final cruise altitude now. 470. Up we go. Mach changeover, 82 Mach. Back to climb thrust, please. Love it. Gosh, there's something about this 10 that draws me back, T-Tut Company. Do you have the same vibe? I know you flew it a lot, T-Tut, in Discord. I saw you posting pictures. There's something about this bird that FlightFX has. I don't know if it's partially the sounds or the hand flying feeling. Flying this thing. Is this Clear Lake up here? Where's thrust set at? What lake is this thrust set? It's got the it factor, you know? It's got the it factor. I love how quiet it is back here. I got the sounds all the way up like normal, but as we get up into the 40s, it gets quiet. You got the wind noise up here, and we got the little fan spinning. Look at this beautiful shot as we climb up here. Congrats, are you going to be a traveling YouTuber now? What does that mean? So V1, 777 long haul, right? Let's say 10-hour flight. What decides the flight level and cruise? Should you follow the flight plan? Let's say 340 should request higher altitude, follow step climb FMC. Kaplan, Iceland Air. Well, that's just going to, I get to use my favorite phrase on that question. Situations are situational. You're going to have a flight plan that is going to have a cruise altitude profile or a cruising altitude profile for you that is best optimized for the weather at the moment of planning. So as long as nothing changed weather-wise, which, let's be real, that doesn't happen very often because the weather is very dynamic. It changes frequently. Sometimes forecasted changes, sometimes unforecasted changes. Sometimes the wind change. Sometimes the ride report is not accurate. So they may have cruised you at 37,000 feet, but that's a bumpy ride at 37. Your airplane can only make 38.5, so you can't go to 39. Do you want to go down? Not really. Maybe you hang out for a few minutes. I don't know. Situations are going to be situational on that. But generally speaking, long haul, 777, you're probably going to have a step climb or two in there. And when you can plan for those step climbs in your FMC, you say plan step at this fix, whatever it may be. It may actually auto uplink in the PMDG. I'm not sure. I haven't flown the 777 in a long time. But that step climb is going to be the optimum altitude for your flight at the time of planning. As long as the weather hasn't changed, there's no reason to not follow the step climb. Now, something that we do real world, now I'm not on the 777, but I've done some long freaking flights in the 737 now that I would like to not do very many more of, like Miami SFO, Miami Seattle. It's just way too much time to be in an airplane of that size, in my opinion. Sometimes you have multiple step climbs, but whether it's ATC or traffic, maybe they keep you lower for a little bit longer than you planned. You couldn't get up to your higher altitude, so what happens is you end up burning more fuel. So now you're lighter, you might actually bypass a step. So maybe you had initial cruise altitude 340, and then you had a step of 37, and then maybe a later step in the flight plan 39. But if ATC kept you low for a really long time because of traffic, maybe your aircraft can go to 39 now. If the ride report is good, I'm going to go all the way up to 39. Generally, higher the better. You're going to save more fuel. It's more cost efficient for the company. But always remember, situations are situational. That can change on every single flight. Your flight plan is only good until anything changes. Oh, I just messed that up. 470. I like these. You see these hidden altitude change things here, which is pretty cool. We're now going to turn the ATS into FMS man. We're going to cruise this sucker all the way up 230. 89 Mach. ATS engage into speed mode now. So I've engaged the auto thrust system. I'm going to manually select. I want to do 9.0. Can I do 9.0? Hell, I want to do 9. I want to do 9.2. Let's. Oh, that's right at the limit. Let's do 9.1. Let's set 9.1. Let's see if she'll do it here. Hold up, Miami, Seattle? Yeah, dude. Shoot me now, dude. Shoot me now. Daniel Fogelberger, thank you for the 19-month support. Do I need to know how to fly to join the company? Well, you don't need to know how to fly to join JETCARD. However, JETCARD is going to be tracking your reputation. So if I show you here, if you see up here in the top right, can you see this? So reputation, I'm 43 out of 100. I've only done one flight. We're doing more flights. The more stuff you do correctly, the better your flight, the smoother your flight, the better reputation you will get. The better your reputation, that's going to be a score that companies can look at when they hire you. Now, I'm talking long term here. When V1 Sim has a company, and I'm still thinking of the name of what I want to. We're legit going to have our own virtual airline in JETCARD. Because for the longest time, people have always asked, why don't you do a VA? You know, like Flightbox the Sim has one. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't super into a fictional VA for everything kind of flying. I love V-Spirit, I love VAL, VUAL, Piedmont Virtual, right? I love all those. But for me to have my own, I never really had an interest in a fictional one. Except now with JETCARD. With JETCARD, I want to have my own corporate jet company here for the channel, branded for the channel. And when it is time, and I'm talking future now, we only got $500 to our name. We got about 500,000 more to go. When it is time to start flourishing our company and start hiring pilots, I will be looking at reputation scores, and I will be highly scrutinizing how you people have been flying. You people. So, keep that in mind for the future. Now let's make sure we don't, I think she's got it. ATS range is active, right? Yes. So, I don't know, yeah, we'll leave it there and climb. I should brought it back. I don't know how, should I put this in cruise? FADEC? I guess climb is fine. ATS is engaged, so it's going to handle it, right? Yeah, ATS has it. I think I should have turned it off, put it in climb, cruise. But we're running it at the limit, 9.1 Mach. Yeah, auto throttle's bringing it back. 24 knot crosswind. What's our ground speed? Why can't I find our ground speed, chat? Why am I blind? Ground speed 521. This is where I wish I had flyby cam from what's it called. All right, we're all set up there. Pick up your 455 cards yet? I have not, Turks. Wait, are there cards out? Mick Oatmeal, thanks for $5 super chat. Virtual ATP flight school. Hey, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could do a virtual ATP flight school, Mick Oatmeal. JETCARD is definitely addicting. Bourbon Air, resurrect Bourbon Air. I don't know. Where do I send my resume? Flyby camera called X-Plane. Gus Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? How you been, man? Gus, on a scale of 1 to 10. Default Citation 10 in X-Plane 12. How do you rank it? You think it's comparable to what you've seen from the Flight FX? Somebody was asking if I've flown it. And I said I haven't flown the Citation 10 in X-Plane 12 in a long time. But maybe it is time that we take another look at it. JETCARD Virtual Systems is in the house. How do I fly for V1 Air? Well, you can buy your way in JETCARD Virtual. A nice price of $500,000. You can buy your way in a V1 Air. What's going on, JETCARD Virtual Systems? I'm addicted, man. So, dude, I'm out all week flying real stuff, boring airline flying. And all I'm thinking about is, man, I want to do a JETCARD flight when I get back. I read the whole manual cover to cover twice. I'm just addicted, man. I've been itching to get back, and then I saw this flight in the contract jobs of San Jose up to Portland. I'm like, I get it. I literally still have my uniform. I haven't been home yet. I just got back from a 3-day trip. I changed my clothes here at the HQ, and I'm doing a stream before I go home. That's how addicted I am to this thing. They are out in ops. Come in a giant box of pick up after trip. You just get $4.55 for their Turk S. Awesome, dude. They have them at at the great DFW ops. I'll have to... Hell, shoot. See, I'm not going to be there for... I don't plan on going back to ops for the next 5 days, brother. I guess finally I got 5 days off. I haven't had 5 days off in 6 years. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't had 5 days off since I left Spirit. Totally agree. Citation 10 is one of the best jets out there. Skyveg, what's up, man? Gus Rodriguez says it's a solid 8. The autopilot is kind of aggressive in some conditions, but it is free. All right, Gus. It's old. It's the old box too, so it's closer to the 145, and without ATS, only fade at gates. All right, very cool, Gus. Well, I tell you what, Gus. With JETCARD virtual systems now, we would have a reason to try an X-Plane 12. Maybe we can do a night flight in the X-Plane 12 Citation 10, man. Good to see you, Gus. Hope all is well, brother. Oh my goodness, Chris PT6, aka Gulfstream Girl 2.0, is in the house with 20 gifted subs. Chris PT6, my man, thank you so much for the very generous donation. Welcome to V1 Nation, he says. Thank you, Chris PT6. Get some positive rates in chat for Chris PT6. He's our resident Gulfstream expert here. And PC-12 two-peaker. I'm like, where's my positive rate emoji? There we go. I couldn't find it. Jeez. You should also try the 145 with shared cockpit. You know what? I've seen a lot of that 145 stuff, Gus, in the Discord. It looks pretty dang good, man. It looks pretty good. Who released that one, Gus? I can't think of the name of the dev, but it's a familiar dev. Are pilots required to use supplemental oxygen at these high flight levels? Thrust set. So the rule has changed. And now, again, I don't know, Chris. What about 470? Do you have to wear oxygen? I don't know, actually. So if I don't go to 470 in my 7.3. Now, in 121 world, up until I think it was, gosh, I don't remember the year. 2015, 16, 17 maybe. If you were above flight level, was it 39? And there was one person in the cockpit, or maybe it was 35, I can't remember. If there was one person in the cockpit, so say someone went back to use a lab break, you used to have to put the oxygen mask on. If there was one crew member at the station, you used to have to put the oxygen mask on. They changed that rule in, I believe it was the mid to late teens, that says as long as you have a quick dawning oxygen type, which this is a quick dawning oxygen type right here. This is the exact same one we have in the 7.3 and the Airbus. This sufficed for the requirements that you would no longer have to put it on. So until until that they changed that rule, every time someone went to use the lab, you have to take the mask out, put it on, and no one ever cleans the mask. So the mask was it was always kind of like a COVID thing. People didn't want to put it on, but they changed the rule before COVID, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look at this view with the water on the lake right here. Chris says someone had to answer. At or above 400? Yeah, I don't know. Is that well, at or above 400? I think it's dependent on the type of oxygen mask that you have, Av Apollo. Because even in the 7.3 above 40, you do not have to don it anymore as long as you have a quick dawning oxygen mask. Can any of these exec jets crack the flight level 500? Ooh, I think so, man. I think some of these newer ones can, right? I don't know. Chris, what's the highest you've ever been? My record is 450. I've never been above 450. Yeah, Turks, I think you're right. I think it was above 35 because I remember it was fairly common Yeah, I was on the bus, and it was like, man, we still have to put the mask on at 35. So I think you're right. I think it was mid-30s, 350 or above. If there was one person in the cockpit, you had to put the mask on. I'd rather hold it than make the other guy put the mask on. Mickey G. Yeah, I hear you, man. My oldest saw a plane yesterday and asked me if it was a Piper. I had no idea. It looked like a Twin Otter to me. It was out of left field, though. You got to get that aircraft identification skills up, Tyson. You got to get those aircraft identification skills up. The Citation 10 can go to 510. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that does sound right. Because there's the Citation 10, and then there's like the 10 plus. Is this technically a 10 plus because it has winglets? I'm not sure. I think FlightFX only modeled like one variant, right? But there's a couple different variants of the 10. Like the newest one with the all the bells and whistles. I think it cruises in the 9s easily and up to 510 easily. Maybe not easily, but standard. And I think some of the older Citation 10s, which is kind of crazy to think that the Citation 10, like the OG, is actually kind of old. Let me look that up really quick. Citation 10. The first one. Dude, the first Citation 10, 1993. Maiden flight in 1993. So it's actually, when you look at some of the OGs, it's an old bird. That was the Citation X first flight, December 21st, 1993. It was the first delivery was in 1996. So I guess, test flight 93. So it first delivered in 1996, according to Google. Arnold Palmer. Duh. Yeah, Arnold Palmer, man. What a vibe on this window view right here. I don't even want to turn music on. Let's just listen to the vibe of this. We're just vibing up here. Engine's humming away. 9.1 Mach. T-Tut says that's the reason I like it. It's a mix between old and modern. I think I'm right there with you, man. Yeah, if you haven't already, hit the like button like Captain Iceland there. Hit the like button for JETCARD and for these Citation streams. Anytime we can fly a corporate jet, my goal is to get more likes on the video in a relation, so the relationship between views and likes, I want them to be higher on corporate jet videos. That way, it's better for the algorithm and it'll be more benefit. We could do more of them. But this is music to my ears right here, just letting it hum away. I love the private jet streams. I work as a dispatcher for Part 135. Hey, MS, thank you so much, man. Or Miss Schmitzel. Welcome on board, dude. You're right, Gus. Time of useful consciousness above 40 decreases extremely fast. Thinking about buying a jet. Should I go Phenom or Citation? I'm assuming you're talking about a Microsoft Flight Sim, right, Harry? Not real life. Let's talk Phenom versus Citation real quick. In the sim world. The Phenom, first off, it's the most modern representation of a corporate jet that we have in the sim so far. We have the what is it? What is the default plane we have? I'm drawing a blank on it now for some reason. The Longitude. All right, the Longitude is up there too with being modern, but it's a default airplane. The amount of detail and modern bells and whistles that the Phenom has from FSR is phenomenal. There is a ton of detail. It's very modern. It's all glass. It comes with some extras like building FBOs and stuff. So there is a whole lot of content within the Phenom 300 package. Okay, it has really good sounds too. I really do enjoy the Phenom 300 sound set. With that said, if you compare it right to the Citation 10 without talking about anything else, just as a package, how much does a FlightFX Citation 10? I think, is it in the same? I think it's actually, how much does this cost? FlightFX on Marketplace. Alberto D, what's up, brother? $30. It's $29.99. And the FSR Phenom 300 is $40. So it's $10. So the Phenom is $10 more, and I actually think it's a very fair price because you do get some extra bells and whistles, like I said, with FBO building, and of course the depth of system simulation is very intricate in the Phenom 300. The Citation 10 is very much an A to B airplane. Okay, I mean it's got the basic systems that you need. It's got nav, VOR, ILS, auto throttle. If you want it, you can actually disable the auto thrust system. If you don't want it, you can have two different variants. The modeling is good. All the animations are good. So the Flight FX is very much an A to B, what I would call, which I really like the phrase any builds uses, on-the-line airplane. So it's an on-the-line simulation. Are you going to take this thing off, do V1 cuts and all that stuff? I don't know. I don't know how far the depth goes in terms of that, like failures and stuff. Not very deep when you start breaking things. It does have engine damage. It does have engine damage, so you can damage the engines, which I like, right? That's a big part of it. But it kind of stops there. The Phenom 300, it goes much further than that. Almost to a point of, like, it almost seems extra sensitive in terms of failures, like we found out with the FADEC and the 10-knot tailwind. But with a highly automated jet like the Phenom, I think that's a welcomed addition. And you pay for it, $10 more. All right, so they're both very good. Phenom goes deeper in systems. Now, but you have to look at the market or the mission each aircraft serves. The Phenom 300, the mission of the 300 is definitely a little bit less than what you're going to get, or a little bit of a smaller, lighter mission than you're going to get with the Citation 10. The Citation 10 is very capable. It can go into short strips, but it can also go very far and very fast. You're not going to get up to 47,000 feet and do 9.2 Mach in the Phenom 300. You can do that in the Citation 10. But again, different missions, right? So it depends on what type of corporate flying you like. If you want something that can do everything, super long haul, high and fast, Citation 10. If you want something that's really going to be that mid-range, the light jet category, Phenom 300. That's pretty much what you have to decide. What type of corporate jet flying are you going to do? The sounds of the Citation 10 are just as good. I think they're both amazing. The Phenom sounds are amazing, and also the Citation 10 sounds are amazing. It is Boris Audio Works that does the sound pack for this jet here, as we just listened to it humming along. There's also incredible detail. Like, if we go outside, watch your ears here for a sec. You can actually see the fans spinning in the cockpit. You basically just have to decide what mission set you want to attack. See, look at that. Look at the fan spinning. I love that look. That's so cool. What mission set are you going after when you're looking to buy a corporate jet? Me personally, you can't beat thrust reversers on a site. You can't beat the look of the Citation 10. Look at this thing, dude. Look at those big freaking engines out there. The answer is clear. Get both. I like that. Get both. Honestly, you won't be upset if you get both. Default Vision Jet isn't bad either. Yeah, that's true. I missed a question. I'm late. But yeah, above 4.0, we're supposed to have the mask on. I think it's 92.211, but I'd have to look. So there's your answer, Thrust said, for part 91.211, right? So, again, you have different governing rule sets. You got part 91, part 135, and part 121. They will all be a little bit different. But it appears to be part 91, above 410, you're supposed to have the mask on. Mickey G, Falcon 50 went. Someone asked that question earlier. Do we have any updates on the Falcon 50? I am more excited than I ever thought I would be for the Falcon 50 with the introduction of JETCARD. Does anybody have any information on Falcon 50? I may pull the trigger on the Phenom. Systems, depth failure, simulation, sounds. Flight sim guy, it's all there. Now, I will say the flight model is good too. I think there's some quirkiness on landing. It feels tippy to me, and at first I thought it was a rudder problem, but it feels more like when you're on the ground, and I don't know if it's a Phenom, maybe it's true to the Phenom, but it feels like when the wheelbase is almost too narrow for the jet, because when you land, it feels like the airplane just wants to kind of roll up on a wing. I don't know how accurate that behavior is. Could that be a rudder pedal sensitivity thing? It very well could be. I think somebody posted something in the Discord saying that they know about it and it's logged and they're looking into it. But it's no reason to not buy the Phenom. But I will say this. This may come as a... Some people may not like it, but if I were to say nothing counts except flight model alone. Nothing counts except flight model alone. I'm gonna pick the Citation 10. There's something special. Now keep in mind, I do use force feedback, so that is kind of cheating. But there's a lot of people that fly the Flight FX Citation 10 without force feedback, and they have the same opinion in terms of it flying really, really nicely. There's something special about how the Citation 10 flies in the sim. There really is. You saw the departure. The departure on this stream, almost a 360-degree turn, getting on top of the Bravo, to me felt very believable, very stable, very, very, just say believable, because I haven't flown the Citation 10, so I don't want to use the word realistic. I only like to use that when I have real time in that airplane to back up that term of realistic. So I'll say believable. I'm not saying the Phenom isn't believable. I'm just saying I prefer the way the Citation 10 feels. I did that leads me to my stream idea for tomorrow evening. I think I'm going to double up streams tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, the plan is I fly Max into Kennedy. It'll either be the Max or the NG. Might have to take old Astrojet out. I don't know. It'll either be an NG or Max, and we're going to shoot the RNAV 13 left. So I flew the RNAV 13 left last night, real world, into Kennedy. And it's as close as I'll ever be to flying the checkerboard IGS 13 into Kitech. Is it 13? Is Kitech 13? I wonder if that's kind of ironic. Or am I just fatigued? Is it? I think it's the IGS 13, isn't it, in Kitech? That's funny, because the RNAV X-ray 13 Kennedy, you shoot the approach from Assault. It was at night. I clicked everything off, I don't know, about 5 or so miles from the final. You pick up the lead-in lights. You fly the lead-in lights just like you do on the IGS 13 in the Kitech. And I tell you what, it was a whole lot of fun. I was flying it in an NG, and I don't know, just throwing the flaps out, configuring in the turn. It was fun. It was a fun approach. I haven't flown that one in a very long time. It used to be, the last time I flew that approach to 13 left at Kennedy was like the Canarsie visual, I think. It didn't have a published approach procedure. That's how long it's been since I've flown that approach. It was back on the 170, Embraer 170. It was a Canarsie visual to 13 left. So I got to fly it again years later in a 7.3. And the captain I was flying with, the captain on my last trip was amazing. He was an old TWA guy. Dude flew 7.4 Classics for Japan Air. Flew the 7.4 or 7.6 for TWA. Flew the 7.4 for TWA as well. Just like flew for Boeing. Awesome dude, ton of experience. And he's like, you got to click it all off. So flight director's off, flight path vector up, straight visual approach. A lot of fun. So I want to replicate that tomorrow evening. That's going to be the plan. JETCARD Virtual System says the Falcon 50 is pretty sweet. Both that and JETCARD on Contrail is pretty ironic. It is. That's also another thing, guys. The JETCARD Virtual System program is now on. We're actually coming up to TOD. I never set up a TOD. I'm going to make Moxie a hard 240. Are we here already? I guess that's what happens when you fly at... I think we need to start down. Yeah, we're already below it, chat. Are you kidding me? Path is armed. Let's go back to FMS speeds. It's going to bring the speed back. We're approaching TOD, I think. Let me set up the VNAV descent here. Nav. No. Perfinit, no. No. How do I get, here we go, descent. 3 degrees, bottom altitude, 6,380. It's coming up quick. I think we already passed it, didn't we? Did we pass it? I think we're late. Maybe not. VNAV path is armed. Let's see what happens at AAA Ron here. Matthew, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? That one guy says, with my VKB Gladiator, I enjoy flying the Citation 10 a lot. Dude, I haven't heard anybody say the VKB Gladiator in years. That's awesome. I'm glad you're still enjoying the VKB Gladiator, man. That was one of the first high-end sticks I ever bought. I had the VKB Gladiator as well. Fantastic airplane. Or, excuse me, fantastic side stick. Or, you know what I mean. Fantastic piece of hardware. Bomb Tech, what's up, brother? Captain Shack Oatmeal. Yeah, we're late on this. The path is down here, chat. We are late. Okay, so let's go. Let's figure this out. Vertical speed. See if we can't catch up on this here. Moxie's at 240. Yeah, we smoked that, chat. We were up here talking. How fast did this flight go? 9.2 Mach, dude. We were just cruising. That's all right. I don't even care. Let's just enjoy it. We'll fly over the field if we need to. I was going to say something. I totally forgot. It doesn't matter. But Turk says, I've never flown with a T-Way guy that I haven't enjoyed. True, man. This guy was, I will say, is my favorite captain I've flown with thus far at my new operator. Zach, what's up? Missed the beginning, but I'm here now. Welcome on board, man. Just blew past our TOD. Shack Oatmeal had an answer for us. Says, if you're above 350, one pilot must be wearing oxygen. If at and above 410 and 2 pilots, they must have quick dawn mask and put on in less than 5 seconds. There we go. Thank you, Shack. What's that? Thank you, Shack. Appreciate you, brother. That is the answer we were all looking for. We should probably just fly level change this, huh? Let's see, Moxie is 5 minutes out. If we do 3,000 feet a minute, 15,000 feet, that's going to put us at 30. That'll be 6,000 feet high. So we're 6,000 feet high on the arrival. Excellent. High like vodka. Zach Deal says 36 months, 83 years. Dude, 3-year badge. Zach Deal, what's up, brother? Flying at Mach Jesus, you get behind the plane pretty quick. That is true, man. Truer words cannot be said. Yeah, I could put the boards out, but we're here for smoothness. We're here for smoothness. Well, let's go ahead and set up our approach anyway. Let's go to delete. PDX star timbers. Let's check the weather out first. 340 at 4. So we'll land on What are they landing? We selected 3-0, right? So let's just stick with that. Or 2-8. We did do 2-8 left. All right. Well, there's 2-8 left. 110.5, 283, 2000. The bottom of the arrival is 5,000 feet. So, I'm going to scroll in 10 so we have time to slow down. And we are going to gently get into a flight level change mode here. Flight level change at 80 Mach. Down we go. She's really going to be coming down now. Yep, we're doing 2-8 left. Change runway, see if you get a pilot deviation again. So I saw a Expo thing. It says that Iveo is going to be at Expo. Is that true? Is Iveo going to be at Expo? If so, that'd be cool. Never seen any Iveo guys. I heard they have a booth for VATSIM where you can sit down and they can show you how to use VATSIM at Expo. I think I might do that. Maybe I should create an account at Expo with VATSIM. Or I should go to the VATSIM booth at Expo and create an account. When's the next Baron stream? Oh my goodness, the Baron, dude, it's been a while. So this is one phase of flight on this airplane. I'm not sure how accurate it is. We're doing 7,000 feet a minute here. That's one way to catch up to your TOD. So here comes Moxie. Yeah, we'll be about 6,000 feet high. I mean, we are ripping down. Buy a McLovin ID and show it to VATSIM. Finally, I'm able to see a live broadcast. Congrats on all your success in your transition. Stephen Barlock, welcome on board, man. Glad to have you here live. Yeah, last minute stream. Saturday afternoon. I'm addicted to JETCARD, so I had to do a JETCARD flight before I went home. Step 1 for VATSIM, keep your blood so they can map your DNA. Gosh. We apparently don't believe in IDs in Minnesota. You're good. Jeez, AJ. Thanks for the $3 super chat, man. AJ's already starting trouble, AJ. Don't be doing that. Here comes our vertical path, actually. Check this out. VNAV path. We're back on it. Let's set 5,000. What are the mins? 306. We'll set 310 then. 310 on the barrel is set. We're back on the path, 5,000 on the bottom. Pressurization looks good. Let's take a look at the descent checklist. Windshield, anti-ice both on, side vent window closed, pressurization. Check set landing elevation. It says to set landing elevation. T-tut. Is going to be right about there. Anti-ice has required APU as desired exterior lights and altimeters at transition level set. Descent checklist is completed. Is JETCARD only for business jets? No, they have, you can fly commercial jets, such as the BBJ. They have that. You can do turboprops. I was very happy to see that the Starship is actually a supported turboprop. Now it'll be limited in missions and stuff that, or in charters and stuff. You gotta kind of filter by what you're looking for. But JETCARD does have BBJ and large aircraft, which is definitely a stream idea because I have never. That's one thing I have never done on this channel is we have never done a BBJ stream or an Airbus private stream like a ACJs. The ACJ for the Airbus. And pmdg has a dedicated BBJ variant, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for a good charter flight that's got the BBJ, and we might have to stream that. Jay Russ, I was wondering whether to buy the X or the Phenom. Was leaning toward the X. Jay, it boils to, in my opinion, man, it's going to boil down to what type of mission set are you after in your corporate jet. Do you want something that's going to fly you farther, faster, higher? Or do you want something that's in the light jet category that can still go pretty high and can still go pretty fast? It's got very good performance for its size. So what kind of mission set are you looking for? And then as far as systems are concerned, as long as you're just doing A to B stuff, they're very comparable. Once you start trying to get into abnormals, if you want failures, if you want maintenance, if you want the extras such as FBO building, which some people really enjoy, I haven't messed with it yet. I don't see myself liking it, but I also said I wouldn't see myself liking AI ATC, and I actually love Beyond ATC. So I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't. I don't think it's my cup of tea. But those are really the differences between the Phenom and the 10. The 10 is, I think they're both fairly priced. The 10 is $30. The Phenom is $40. That extra $10 is going to buy you pretty good systems depth in terms of electrical, engine wear, maintenance, FBO building, all of that stuff. At the end of the day, in my opinion, when you're trying to decide between two airplanes, you know how I decide? Which one looks cooler and which one has thrust reversers. And in my opinion, Citation 10 is hard to beat, and it has thrust reversers. Now, if the Phenom 300 had thrust reversers, I would probably, it sounds so silly when I verbalize this, but honestly, if the Phenom had thrust reversers, like say they had the same engines as the Citation Bravo, I'd probably fly it a lot more. But I also love non-Garmin. Look at this beautiful CRT cockpit, dude. Look at this. I love this view right here. I used to have a picture on my computer. I still have it. I used to have a picture that I loved. I took in the Bravo from this angle. I just don't love Garmin screens, man. In SimWorld, I don't love Garmin stuff. Yeah, I don't think I have it on here anymore. Right out of 18,000 feet, Magic Barrel Ref is set 2997. We'll turn on the seatbelt sign. We'll turn on the recogs. And we'll save the bulb. We don't need that. Tail skid will come off. Let's go to nav perf landing. What do we got for weather down here in Portland? Winds are 340 at 4 and 19 degrees. C 66, 28 left. It is dry, no slope, 442 feet, flaps 35 for juice. Landing data, 2 knots of headwind, 2 knots crosswind, 119, 114. $13.6 for 5. She should slow to 250 as well, below 10. I get in MSP at 9 a.m. that Friday for the expo. Okay, that's nice, man. I get in a little later than that, but I'll be there Friday as well. Bomb Tech, what's up, brother? I watched the BBJ vid on OnlyFans. There was a message from JETCARD I wanted to read. 525 recordings. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Dude, what happened to you in VATSIM? Quick story, please. They want me to send them a government issue ID, and I said no. Basically it. There is a false narrative out there that I think somebody said I had like 5 accounts and they banned me. That's not true. I had 1 account that I deemed irrecoverable because I didn't have the email. It was an old account. Made a new account. That account got banned. And then they wanted me to send them ID, and I said no, and that was it. And then after that, I continued to make more accounts until they IP banned me. That's your quick story. So I did make multiple accounts after I'd already been banned. They banned me when I had 1 duplicate account because my previous account I thought was a wash. So anyway, let's see here. There was something about pistons. JETCARD Virtual System says the most fun thing with the commercial jets are the live event charters. We have flights for F1, Indy 500, and the MLB stuff going on right now. Now that is very cool. So for those of you that love flying heavy jets with JETCARD is a possibility with your live events, with the live event stuff, which is very cool. Here's our flight. We got to go here. There is us on our descent. Just make sure everything's good. We are in the airborne phase. We're looking good. All right, cool. So if you like doing the F1 stuff and moving heavy equipment around, big charters, and they pay well. They do pay well. Team Vodka is a huge stickler for programs like this, and he says it's a great program and he likes the little details. So there you go. Don't take my word for it. Bomb Tech, I have a VPN. It doesn't work anymore. They IP, they like hard IP ban me. And if I stream on X-Plane, they stream snipe me. Because it'll work for about an hour or so, and then somebody will find the stream, and then they'll log on and stream snipe. I just think it's funny that they went to the length of stream sniping at the very end. Mickey G says, you're telling me I'm going to be able to fly my Cowboys Steelers to to take an L? Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude. Mickey G, how about Aaron? How about Aaron coming back to the Steelers this year, dude? What's up with that? Flight follows Sim. I saw PGA and JETCARD live events as something potentially for the future. Love that. Always like role-playing flights down to Augusta around the Masters. Yes, I second this a lot, Flight following Sim. Golfers, oh yeah. The Masters flying into Augusta, oh yeah, definitely, dude. Do we have a good Augusta scenery? That's one thing that's going to bother me now is we don't have a lot of good corporate airports that we should have. All right, out of 10, we've done our landing data, crew brief, avionics, minimum set, fuel crossfeed is off, exterior lights, flap slats, producer debrief, everything. Engine sync we never turned on. It's okay, we were vibing to the engines. She's doing a great job on the LNAV, VNAV right now. We're looking good. Look at this. There's a freeware Augusta? Jeez, Bob. Military stuff on JETCARD would be an interesting idea. Yeah, gotta be careful with that. Because from JETCARD has a whole vibe going on with it right now. Like, if you just look at the program, the interface, the fonts, everything about it has a vibe. And the vibe is executive premium travel. So I think you towed a fine line with that, you know. JETCARD has done a very good job at capturing the vibe of a premium feeling. I mean, heck, if you just look at the JETCARD logo, it's just, and you put a corporate jet next to it, it looks perfect. Doesn't matter which corporate jet, but you put a corporate jet in the thumbnail next to that JETCARD logo I have, it just, they all match perfectly. Oops, 299.7 is set. We're at 10. I'm going to zoom the range out here a little bit. I was thinking about doing a self-vector. There's Portland off the left-hand side. Portland traffic, November 877 Sierra Delta at a 7,000, descending 5,000. We're setting up for the ILS 28 left approach, Portland. Why not try Pilot Edge? You know what, Captain Icelander? Pilot Edge actually sent me an email the other day. I just read it. I have how many emails do I have right now? You guys are gonna laugh at me. I have 713 unread emails between 4 email accounts. 2 of which are V1 related. 1 is personal and 1 is kind of my spam. But I normally do a good job. There's that 727 off our left-hand wing there. There's that 7-2. We'll give you some space there in that 727. We got you in sight. But Pilot Edge actually, they sent me an email, and they have some pretty cool stuff going on now, especially with multi-crew and X-Plane. It may be worth taking a look at. I have nothing against Pilot Edge. We had a little run-in a long time ago. I just thought the controller was a little extra arrogant. But in terms of like a hardcore training program, I think Pilot Edge is an excellent tool. It's an excellent tool, especially for real-world pilots, private pilots, all y'all in training, whatever it may be. Even if you're not in training, even if you possess a license and you just want to stay proficient in air traffic control and speaking on the radio, Pilot Edge is definitely a very good way to do that. So I don't have anything against Pilot Edge. I really don't have anything against VATSIM, to be honest with you. I'm not sending the ID, brother. So that's it. We'll just be at a standstill. But yeah, if you get value out of it, it's a good training program for sure. I'm shocked that you read emails. Well, AJ, I mostly just kind of scan them really, really fast, the title, and then I hit mark all as read. Will JETCARD have flights in June, July for the World Cup? Ooh, that's a great question, Eastern T3. JETCARD is in the chat. Let's see if he answers that. Will there be any World Cup chartering events? All right, I'm going to take over the ATS speed. We're going to go manual ATS speed. I'm going to reduce to 210 knots. And I'm going to leave that heading there. We're going to go heading mode. I'm going to get flight recorder up too. There's your answer. JETCARD says, yes, World Cup flights are all summer. Sweet. All right, recording is red-eye. Portland traffic, November 877 Sierra Delta on a left base, 28 left. Every team as well as VVIP attendance. How cool is that? Like, I'm telling you, JETCARD, I'm not sure who's behind
Portland traffic, cargo jet 346
the account, the
the
JETCARD account right there, but I was
behind you.
talking to one of you guys there in Discord, and you're doing a great. I mean, you are filling a gap in the flight sim community that has sorely been neglected, and I think JETCARD is doing a great job of filling that gap. Oh, it is Sean. Okay, excellent. All right, yeah, man. So you know what I'm talking about. I firmly believe that, man. And there's been other products out there that I've seen, I've looked at, and I'm like, okay, but it's not like what you're doing. So. All right, low slope. I wonder if this should auto tune. This might be scary. Let's try nav source. Look at that, auto tune citation 10. We're in heading. I'm gonna actually scroll in. We're down to 2900. Glide slope is armed. Let's go ahead and throw the slats out. Flaps 1. Out, glide slope armed. VAP is 119. Take it back to 190. Flaps 5. Sounds are coming up. Enjoy the landing. Portland traffic, November 877 Sierra Delta. We're on about a 7-mile final, runway 28 left. Recording is on. Glide slope captured. Missed approach altitude. We'll leave at 5,000.
Traffic, cargo jet 346 is turning base. We've got you off our left wing.
We're slowing all the way up. I kind of want to hand fly this. Autopilot's off. I don't have it bound. Apologies. I don't have it bound, so I have to disengage it the incorrect way. Auto thrust is coming off. Gear's coming down. Flaps 15. Oh, look at that view. Keep slowing down, we'll trim it out, get her in the slot. Flaps are 35, landing set, runways in sight. On the slope, 5,000 set for the mist. I actually think it's, what is it, 3,000? Thrust set should know. Tell you what, we'll set 3,000 for the mist. How's that? 3,000 set for the mist. Gears down. Speed brake is ready. I kind of want to land on the right side to go over the river, but that's all right. Oh, we forgot to call the FBO. Portland. Arrival. It's all right. I mean, the 10 has got a pretty incredible wing if you think about it. Doing 9.2 Mach. We're going to slow down to 119 knots. I love that, man. I love aviation. All right, coming up at 1,000 feet, stable. Portland traffic, November 877 Sierra Delta, type Citation 750 on a 3-mile final, 28 left, Portland. Trying to stay a little bit fast here. That 72 is behind
Portland
us.
Traffic, cargo jet 346 is on a 8-mile final for runway 28 left.
All right, so he's 6 miles in trail. He should be fine. I'll keep it fast here, 125. Until we get in a little bit tighter, then we'll slow it down. It just flies so good, guys. There's something about this airplane. I mean, see, I'm just fingertips on the yoke. Pitch and power is good. Once we get in here close to 500, I'll start slowing down to our actual approach speed now. That 7.2 is probably doing about 130 knots. All right, there we go. We'll start slowing it up. You know what would be kind of cool is if the 10 had a HUD. Coming in a little bit low, that's all right. Part 135, we're going to grease it. Right on approach speed, looking good. Hold it for the butter. Deployed. Gotta push that nose down, right? Gotta push that nose down in the 10. Take the exit here. Our phone's already going off. Buckets are stowed. Now we got to figure out where the FBO is. So let's go ahead and clear the runway. We'll stop. We're actually going to go to the FBO here. Portland traffic 877 Delta. We're clear on 2A left. All right, we'll kill the lights. Flaps are coming up. See if that 72 is on final behind us.
Portland traffic, cargo jet 346 is on a 3-mile final for runway 28 left.
Trying to see if we can see the 72 land. Give us a call when you're like a mile out. Where are we going? We need to go to Atlantic, right?
Roger that. Roger.
I should know this. I've been here before. Isn't it over here? So that's a reserve. Customs. Is it Southwest ramp? I need my, Chris, where's Atlantic? I need the, it's off of Alpha, Tango Alpha. Tango Alpha North ramp. GA terminal, okay. North side. All right, Tango Alpha. I got it. We'll go straight ahead, Tango Alpha to the north ramp. We'll hold position here for now. See where that 72 is.
Portland traffic, cargo jet 346 is on a 1-mile final for runway 28 left.
Let's take a look at the 72, bomb it in here. Airport tab and JETCARD, really? Oh, brother. I got to call them for the crew car as well. Here comes the 72. I just called for the crew car. Or Helix Art, you work? All right, awesome. Thank you, dude. What is JETCARD anyway? Lost in Space. It's a corporate jet program. Well, I wouldn't say corporate jet program. It's a charter pilot program. The world is your oyster. Link is in the description below. Take a look at it. You should have all your questions answered off that homepage, man. But essentially, it allows you to be an actual charter corporate jet pilot, and you fly just like you're working for charter. Look at that cargo jet 72 coming in. That's awesome. All right, good deal. Tango Alpha to the ramp. Brakes released. Let's go Tango Alpha. I'm going to pull up my JETCARD. Chris, PT6, you have control. All right. Messages. All right, Atlantic Aviation in Portland says, Captain, we got notice you're on the ground, but didn't get a heads up. Nothing is staged yet. Do you need crew vans and passenger vehicles? Yes, crew car. We need passenger transport as well. So I'm requesting everything right here. So we didn't call them airborne. That's my bad. It's a rookie move. All right, let's get back on center line. Tango Alpha. All right, flaps up, trim. Reset that right about there. Turn the flight directors off, put you in standby, zero out the altitude window. We're going to S-turn to the right here. This is what career mode should have been, exactly. It's better though. It's better than it's better than anything Adobe could have come up with. Tell you what, let's go ahead and start the APU as well, please. Get that spooling. All right, let me pull out my JETCARD here again. You know, somebody said something about it'd be cool if you could run JETCARD on, oh gosh, I went off the taxiway. If you could run it on a tablet in addition to your sim running. I wonder if that, because that would be kind of neat. You just run it on a separate monitor though. All right, so Atlantic, Portland. All right, passenger ground express, VL stage, plane side. We've got that. Request a crew car because I'm not doing any more flights. We don't need a hangar. So they should be all set when we get up there. Is Alpha the inner? We'll take the outer. Tango Alpha. Are we doing another flight? No, we're shutting it down, man. 5:15. I'm gonna head home. I haven't been home in 4 days, so I'm so addicted to JETCARD. I had to do a JETCARD flight before I went home for my real world trip. Can you select an FBO to be your go-to if you want signature of Atlanta Eastern T3? As of right now, I don't believe so. So and I don't know if that will change if you own your own company. But think of it as you're a hired contract pilot. You're going to go where these people want you to go, right? That's the corporate. Oh, I'm still recording. That's kind of the corporate gig. So like for this trip, I'm working for Benjamin Cole, or excuse me, for where's my briefing at? What is it? Meridian Air Charter. That's who's chartering this jet. So they already have everything set up. I don't get to choose. I'm going where they tell me to go, and it's probably based on fuel and previous services. So that's where they're telling me to go. That's where I'm going to go. I don't think Atlantic is modeled, and this is the old Portland, I guess, right? Still looks good enough for me. What did I Blue Yonder wants like $30 or $20 for an updated Portland? I was like, no thanks, Chief. I can take this one. Oh, that's cool. We got that 7.2 behind coming in too. I mean, I still think it's pretty decent Portland airport scenery. The 10 handles so good on the ground too. So I'm using my rudder pedals. Like it just. Some airplanes have a special. They got the special sauce going, and Flight FX has the special sauce with this airplane. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Phenom. I'm not paid by either one of these companies. It's just my personal experiences. There's the special sauce with the Flight FX Citation 10. I did, yes, thrust set. Replay is recording, or it did record the landing. Yes, it did. I had to get V2 at Portland because it's hard to work at a place that's not accurate in sim. Helix hard, I bet, man. I absolutely bet. So I think we'll take Alpha Whiskey and then we'll just find a place to park. Oh, there it is right there. We do have the Atlantic. There's Flightcraft and there's Atlantic. There's a CJ in the hangar there too. Should we be super cool Citation pilots and drag a bucket? Look at that. That's sick. Alright, making the right here. Got a Challenger over there on the ramp. Where's that 7.2? He's going to the cargo ramp. Excellent. Should we park next to that Challenger jet? Alright, bleed air is on, generator is on. Should we park in the hangar? No, we don't want to park in the hangar. You're supposed to tow in. We'll park over here. We'll park front row. How about that? Front row. Don't hit the light pole. Does GSX do... I can't believe I'm even thinking about GSX. Does GSX do corporate stuff? It may be worth it just for that. I'm totally done with GSX for airliner stuff, but man, overshot the turn there like a new hire. I just wanted to spool it one more time because this sounds so good. Park brake is set. I left the taxi light on all the way up in here. That's all right. That's coming off. We're on the GPU. Spool them down. Or not GPU. We're on APU. There's our phone going off. The door's opening up. Should secure the rest of the jet, huh? If we're hopping out there. We'll turn the, that's coming off. Seatbelt sign can come off. Windshield heats are coming off. Pitot-static heats. We could turn, avionics power is coming down. And external power is off. I think we're pretty much good to shut her down here in a second. We'll shut down the APU. Turn her off. Bus. Start, stop to stop. I'm gonna shut the battery off here in a minute. I left one light on, Chris. I don't know what light that is. What light is that? What freaking light did we leave on? I thought I got them all. Nav light? Oh, recogs. Duh. Recogs. Seatbelts off. APU master power off. And we'll go ahead and kill the battery, or that's the generator. Sorry, we'll kill batteries 1 and 2. Jet is shutting down. Oh, standby power's on. Chat, standby power's on. That's an expensive mistake. There we go. She's down. Let's take a look at our JETCARD here. All right, so we'll pull this up. We'll take our phone was going off here. Let's see. Face Party is deplaning now. They said to pass along their thanks. Smooth flight. I'll be in touch about the return. All right. That's cool. That's Cascade Medical Holdings. JETCARD Operations says, welcome to Portland. Flights logged on my end. If you need a return trip, just say the word. No, thank you. We don't need to, so we're good. We're going to go ahead and complete the flight. Get rid of the phone there. We'll complete flight. 185? 185 feet per minute, really? Hey, we got $1,000. Only 499,449 to go. Might have to leverage a little JETCARD loan from Sean, you know what I'm saying? Shh. All right. 185 feet per minute, 495 miles. Beautiful. The flight is done. We got 1450 in the bank. Let's go ahead and we'll close it up. And I'm going to get out of here. So close JETCARD. Goodbye. Man, I kind of want to just close her up right there. Look at that. It's such a beautiful jet, man. Golly. It's been a while since I've done replay on the Citation 10. So let's throw the batteries on. Let's throw the avionics on. Let's throw the throttles on. We'll throw the lights on. And we'll disconnect from my Veo Premium. Pleasure flying with you. And let's just throw a replay up. Hold our breath. Sounds like it's running. Flaps are out. Trim is moving. Easy with that mat there, Cap. T-tut. That's the trim running. Hopefully the trim will stop running. Why is the trim up so high? Alright, good. Alright, trim has stopped running. Forgot to shut the INSs off too, allegedly. Is there a V1 charter airline? Not yet. Thrust set. There will be, my brother. There will be. Fly the Learjet or Duke into Coke County in Columbia. Jeez. Look, more flaps are coming out. Love it. Love it. You don't really have a good flap view on the 10 because you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. How do I get my hack view out there? I'm trying to hack myself out again. Let's get a good flap view here for you. Can't even really hack it past there. Flight recorder. Flight recorder. I tried flight recorder as jittery. Well, I have a very old version of Flight Recorder. I've got 2.6 or 02600 is what I'm running. Alright, I'm going to run the time forward. I'll give you one long replay at the end. Let's see how we did here. Think I might have melted my engines a bit, forcing my 727 to do Mach 9.0 to keep up with you, but it was fun following along on my overweight Falcon 50. Prodigist, thank you for the 10 Canadian, my man. Appreciate you. Very kind. Thank you for the support. Fun flying with you. Always fun. I always welcome tri-jets. I welcome everybody, but anytime we see a little tri-jet on the stream, we got to do a little extra. Wait for them to land, see the landing situation. Thank you, Prodigist. Appreciate you, man. Can you use a Lear 35 with JETCARD? You betcha, man. You can use, I don't think there is a corporate jet in Microsoft 2024 that you cannot use in JETCARD. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe I've seen one that you cannot use it. There. Falcon 50 should be supported when it drops. Oh, was this really a 185? I guess I never deployed my spoilers. Maybe they didn't work. Let's see how we were on the trailing link here. Flight Sim Guy says, yeah, there's all corporate jets are available. I mean, come on, you cannot beat the 10. That 10 looks so good, dude. Maybe the Falcon 50. We'll see when it comes out. Oh, we were so close to a perfect. Hold it off. I dropped the wing. Rob. In the words of XP72, Rob. We got Rob. That was an 83. That wasn't a 183. Really? Come on, one more time. Watch it at half speed, make myself feel better. Let's see. Half speed. Almost perfect. I flared just 3 feet too high. 3 feet too high. I have 1 iota, floated it, and then I just ran out of juice. Probably a 183. Probably. Alright, I'm going to reset this. Reset. I love that view right there. All right, guys. Shout out to JETCARD Virtual Systems, sponsor of today's stream. Absolutely love the program. Gives us a little bit of motivation to fly some of these pretty cool jets in the sim. That one right there included. Terrain looks like Minecraft. Turk, don't speak to me. Expo Ditcher. Great last minute stream. Thank you, PT6. I'm sure I will talk to you soon, brother. Thank you all for the support. Thank you, Chris PT6, for a massive membership milestone drop. Prodigist for the 10 Canadian as well. Appreciate you. AJ Fredari, 525 Records. Thank you all for the support. Aviation Dude and Fly USMC. Thank you all for the support monetarily. Everyone else, thank you so much for hanging out with me on the last minute flight up to Portland. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I think I know what I'm going to do when I get home. Fire up the home PC. All right. You guys are awesome. I will talk to you on the next one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.